Hello everyone, I'm Iron Phoenix and welcome to... Oh good god, this is... Bear with me. I need to... Oh, good god. Technical problems, yay. Please work. Oh good god. Ah, I think we're working now. Both Hearts of Iron and Stellaris suffer from the same issue, whereas it can be very, very picky whether or not OBS wants to pick up the video or not. So, yay. So with that, anyway, I've decided to do a little bit more, you know, build up to the stream and all that sort of thing, and it went interestingly. Let's leave it at that. Anyway, hello everyone, I am Iron Phoenix and welcome to Stellaris for the Monday night grand strategy stream type thing. Of course, last few weeks we've been doing Hearts of Iron. I lost a little bit against the Italians, and now we are going to be playing as a race that I made a few weeks ago on a stream. But I'll just quickly run through the race in question. So we are going to be playing as the snailians. The snailians are a race that the name snailian was kind of coined by many a true nerd, and I kind of want to play as a snailian. So yeah, snailians. They are a technocracy. Basically, they get more +1 to research alternatives. This is basically the creation of your alien race is really, really deep and complicated, and it's awesome. But you know, just to run through, so they're a democratic race who are far more towards science and robots and AI and that sort of stuff. So they're technologically thingy-majig. There's that one. The Mechanist, which adds, so 4 populations are robots. Robots are quite good for mining and that sort of thing. We're an egalitarian race of snails. So yeah, so there's that. And then we are also fanatic materialists, which means that we have lower maintenance cost on our robots, and we have 10% research speed. They are also rapid breeders. As we know, one snail in a garden suddenly becomes multiple snails in a garden. They are quite wasteful, especially when it comes to attempting to eat tomatoes. And they are also incredibly intelligent. So they get a little bit of a boost to research. We're starting with them with mass drivers, which are almost like electromagnetic, like railguns basically. They're going to have warp travel, and they are going to have the molluscoid ships. So let us begin. Galaxy size huge, galaxy shape elliptical, pretty much all keeping it as is, except, oh yeah, and we've got Iron Man mode is on, so we get the achievements and it's a little bit more awesome. Right, I think we can go and play now. So Stellaris is a grand strategy game. It's a game about exploration, it's a game about trade, and it's a game about expansion. It's kind of like 4X in a way, and I can't remember what all the 4X's were. But anyway, so first thing obviously we need to do is get our science ship to start looking at this place. So we need to survey the system. So our science ship basically looks for minerals, research projects. It's basically a mobile research vehicle in a way. Our construction ship isn't going to be doing anything for the moment. So, right, and this is where we start going into some of the more sort of deeper mechanics of it. So we've got 3 researchers, 3 snails that are going to do our research for us. they've already got a little bit of a research boost because of the various faction bonuses. And each of these snails has, as you can see, a skill, as it were. So if we were to be able to match up this guy with the flag... Oh no, research speed, new worlds. Yeah, so if we could match up his flag or match up this guy's sort of field manipulation, they would get some kind of a speed boost. As it stands, I'm going to get the administrative AI to give the general effort a 5% research boost. For this one, I think I'm going to go for the genome mapping for growth speed plus 10%, which means that we can colonise planets even more quickly than normal. And then this guy, he's quite resilient, so he's going to have a longer lifespan. But, I mean, we could do that one. Or we could do that one. I think I'm going to do this one. 600 mining network. Actually, let's do geothermic fracking, because that gives us mining network 2, and it also increases our storage capacity for minerals. Okay, so there's that. And now it's just a case of hitting play and increasing the speed up to there. You know, it's a big, long, complicated game, and by just hitting that, it will just pause the game. So this guy has we can put a research station in, so we're going to do that. All of our research stations that we add, all of our mining stations, everything kind of adds to the general effort. So research station is going to add to the research speed of our various projects, which means that things go faster, basically. So, you know, we've got 48 months on 2 of them and 31 on the other. And actually, as we did that, you see that the society one jumped forward because we had a little bit of society research going. Our currency is energy credits, so we want a mining station around there. And then our minerals are just sort of our, well, it's our minerals. So there's that. While they're doing that, we can also go to our planet. And then I will completely click on the wrong one. Ooh, hold on. Yeah, I want to research that. Right, go off. So, a few things that we can do immediately here. So we've got our governor. Each planet can have a governor, or it doesn't have to have a governor, but it, you know, you can have one. And that sort of helps in various ways. Okay. Now the surface, this is the surface of the planet. We can build things, we can clear these blockers, and be able to build on them, or we can upgrade existing buildings. And we can also move our populations around to attempt to, you know, so for example, if a robot was on a research facility, it might be getting less research as a result, because robots aren't very good at research. However, they're quite good at mining, so you can get a little bit of a boost from doing that. Right, so that's that. Armies, don't really need to worry too much about the snailian army. As we all know from snails, they are very slow, but sooner or later they will get the tomatoes. And then finally we've got our spaceport where we build our ships. And the shipbuilder is kind of awesome. And I'll show you that in just a second. I just need to basically start exploring worlds. So this little thing, potentially habitable worlds, we want that. So let's survey that world, or survey that system. So your science ship primarily at the moment is just surveying everything, and every so often it will stop and do some research of some description. The construction ship is there to build mining stations. The other thing that it can do is build frontier outposts, which, so we've got this green area here, this is our scope. So anything within that scope we can construct, we can expand into, we can build mining facilities and all that sort of thing. Nice. So a frontier outpost basically just expands that area, but it's not putting a there's not going to be a habitable world there. It's just going to be, you know, an expansion thing. Ooh, hello. Encountered life forms. Interesting. So that one's doing that. So we're a very new snail race. We just built our first rockets, and we're heading out into the stars. And researching as we go, very slowly. Nice. So we've got the genomes, so that's going to increase our growth speed. So now, also, yeah, the influence, that area, that green area, the influence area, can be increased over time as well. Now, frontier clinics, farming subsidies. That would that increase my? No, that wouldn't increase my food. I think I'm going to go for the planetary unification, and those will be done momentarily. I think Goth could probably do with some more things. So that's a basic science lab. Yeah, I can't upgrade any of that stuff yet. Minerals. What I can do, I think, is build a mining network. Or where is it? Adjacency effect. Yeah, that I would want to have actually next to. Okay, never mind about those for the moment. Actually, no, I do need to go in here, and I do need to clear this blocker here. And yeah, so that will give us energy credits. Putting a power station on there gives us energy credits. Ooh, and I've got this thing. Okay, game gets complicated. So very much like in Civilization, you can adopt tradition, and these traditions will boost your civilization in some way. I usually go for discovery first. Simply because there's an awful lot of quite good stuff to get from increasing your research as quickly as possible. You also then get these ascension perks, which comes from completing a tradition thing, and these can be, you know, all sorts of little bonuses like research speed, clear blocker cost minus 100%. That sort of stuff. So yeah, yeah. So I'm going to start with that one, and there are ways of increasing unity by building monuments or researching things that will apply the unity resource to building certain buildings. Right. Basic combat roles, that might be quite useful, or power plant 2 would be even more useful, so that's going to take some more time. This game's an awful lot about time, especially at the beginning. Right now I don't really want to be building too much because I really don't have the energy credits for it. However, what I can do is I can send out my construction ship and build some mining stations, and one of those things will be energy credits, which will be rather useful. We can increase this with other ways as well. I should also go back to the space station, the spaceport. Got these little modules, so you can, as you research modules, you can then add them to your space station or starport, and they give various little bonuses here and there. Okay, so I've got mineral. There's nothing that will match up with that. This guy's resilient anyway, so it's not going to match up with anything. But I could get the iron thruster. That would boost my speed, I believe. Yes. Or I could get this one. I'm going to get the iron thrusters, I think. ooh, yeah, and if I go into situation log, we get our, okay, so we've got a mandate, which is, you know, what our emperor snail wants to do during their time as an emperor, and we need to build 4 research stations, and we get a reward of influence. And then this is just a general mission, and we'll get loads of little bits and pieces of missions here and there. And yeah, right. I think that's everything. We'll just nip into the into here. So this is basically where we will build our ship, design our ships, and there's an awful lot more stuff that we can do with the more advanced models. So for the moment, I'll just sort of breeze over that. Not really making enough. Oh, but hello, we might be able to make a colony ship. Getting a second colony up would be rather useful. So it's IRAM 2 is a continental world, 80% compatibility, and it's got another world on it which isn't that habitable at all at the moment. We can terraform worlds. And let's move on to survey that one. There's also one up here which is a potentially habitable, two potentially habitable worlds there as well, which will be rather nice. I think you can have 3 habitable worlds before it's recommended that you start building up sectors, which are sort of areas that will govern themselves and build for themselves. But you can increase that number by 5, I believe, with the bonuses. So he's gained a level, excellent. All my scientists have actually gained levels, excellent. Okay, we have got some research. Right, biolab would be useful. That would increase our... yeah, I'm gonna go for the biolab, then we can get some biolabs up. They are more specialised labs that will help boost our research. They are upgrades to the basic lab, so they will get a bonus in the type of lab that they are. Excellent. We've got the construction. Oh right, yeah, that's the mining stations that it's doing. Yes. Ooh, I definitely want to research that. And we've got our colony ship, excellent. So going over to IRAM, and it was IRAM 2, wasn't it, which is the so we click on that one, colonize that planet, and I'm going to stick it there. So that world will shortly be under the snail hoof slime? I don't know. Science ship, colony ship, science ship. Let's survey that. Let's build those research stations. Okay. Let me just do that, and then so we need power plant 1 there. We also need a power plant 1 there. We'll go with that. Why was it unable to build a... So it's building that one, that research station. Oh, was it because it's now... Possibly. Oh yeah, and we're also being drained of energy credits because Iran Prime is being built, so it's going to drain some energy credits just until they get on their feet. I don't know what the snail equivalent of a foot is. Funnily enough, actually, oh great, we've got pirates, pirate fleet. My ships aren't really going to be... they might be able to do something there. Engineering. Let's go with that. Get some corvettes. Be rather nice. So attacking my mining station, that's useful. Right, I lost all of my ships. Trying to get rid of them. Okay. Got so much research now coming off. Yeah, I'll get military academy. That gives us a little bit of boost, and we've got some traditions. Excellent. Science division. Yep. Because I want to recruit some scientists. How do I do that? I can't remember. Oh, I can do it like this. Because I want to swap... Ooh. I want to swap this guy out for that one. And I also want to swap that guy out for the maniacal one. Just because they're going to have bonuses, which means that it's going to take them less time to research stuff. They kind of got slightly more useful skills. So if I can level them up a bit, then they're just going to be generally a little bit more useful. Let's build a starport around there. That's also going to help defend them. And I'm going to hold off from building any replacement fleet for the moment, I think. But what I could do, I could build a military station. Actually, one thing I do need to do, go into the ship designer, and if I do autocomplete ship and auto upgrade, save that, then that will just sort of, as better things come along, it'll automatically upgrade the model. There's more fun things that we can do with that a little bit later once we've got some more advanced ships, like building carriers. Let me guess, we've got another pirate fleet. Having real problems with pirate fleets, it seems. Okay. Not much I can really do about that lot at the moment. Not until I get my corvettes. I mean, I could get that new fleet up. But let's just build 3 new corvettes. They're going to be slightly better than the old corvettes anyway, because they're going to have like the iron engines. Oh, and we can upgrade these. Upgrade that to the biolab. Should give us more society research, and I can also upgrade my power plants to power plant 2s. And mining network 2s as well. Eventually. There's quite a queue on that one now. Ooh, research? Research. Gonna have to deal with those pirates properly. Where's my construction? Yeah, so sending the 104 lot in there isn't going to be particularly worthwhile. Would be good actually to give him a leader. Let's recruit a leader. And tech. Right, so 11 months and we'll have corvettes, which adds some slightly different abilities, I believe. I believe the corvette is the one where you can start doing some interesting things with your ships. We'll see in a moment when we get there. And that's now got its spaceport. I'm going to build a military station here. Ooh, fusion reactors. That would be quite useful for the future. Yeah, have to build it. There. Yay! Do those spaceports. Right, so let's get... Might as well just start researching destroyers. So in Ship Designer, so what we can do is we can go to our Corvette. Hold on, do I mean Corvette? Oh, maybe I need to... Well, with... yeah, let's have a look at this one anyway. This is what I mean about... So, at the moment, we are building a military station. And that's this defence platform, I do believe. And what you can do is you can actually modify your station to kind of do different things. So we could, if we wanted to have a heavy station, and it would have one spot for a large mass driver, and then you can do other things like add armor, add more sort of little components here and there, upgrade the sensors, do all that sort of stuff. So it's a really sort of well, it's slightly different to Hearts of Iron, where you're sort of designing your units. This is, you know, you are designing a single unit, but that's a unit that's going to be pumped out again and again and again. So we've built just a bog standard defense platform here that's got more firepower than that raider thing that was wandering around. But I can build a Corvette assembly yard if I wanted to. But I'm going to upgrade my space stations, or spaceports, sorry. I also need to go to Iran Prime and have a look at the surface, because we've actually got quite a few snails popping up. If I was to put them one there, I would get a little bit more of a boost to my power, and then I can also stick a basic power plant on there and upgrade it. Now once I hit 5... I think it's 5, yeah, 5 snails in each of these squares, then we'll be able to upgrade the building to a sort of a proper sort of building rather than just a crashed ship. As that's how I assume the snails would sort of colonise planets. They wouldn't really land, they'd just sort of crash their ship, and then you just get a swarm of snails sort of slowly crawling out. Going after the tomatoes. Right, and mining. What's the edict? Orbital research. I should note I have bought all of the DLC for this, so it'd be quite a lot of just stuff popping up every so often. So you can build like massive space projects and the like, thanks to one of the DLCs. So hopefully we'll get to see that. How much more till the next? How much is the next one? Oh right, so I'll get that next tradition shortly. Tech is basically the thing that I need to be watching out for. I mean, that one's going to take quite a lot of time, but we do get the destroyer, and that's yeah, we get a little bit more option. Okay, I'm going to get the Corvette assembly yards. Oh god, all these things are happening. Debris in... Ooh. Requires a science ship. We have one of them. research that. We have some traditions available. So I think we'll do Polytechnic Education, because that will bump all of our leaders' skill levels up. Fleet defeated. Oh, we wiped out that fleet because we decided to put a military base, or military a defense platform and a starport right next to one another, so they just got absolutely wiped out. So the debris are just things that got left behind, and the science ship will then go to those debris and see if it can salvage anything from the assortment of junk that's been left behind. You never know, we might get lucky, we might get some afterburners or things that might help our research effort a little bit. And they've fixed that. There's an awful lot of detail in this game. Unlike X Rebirth, which I bought it in a sale a little while ago. Yeah, so from getting the debris, we get a few little bits and pieces of boost to our research efforts. But yeah, so I bought X Rebirth a little while ago in a Steam sale, and I thought, you know what, I haven't played that ever. I'll install it, boot it up, and see what's going on. My God, it's just all over the place. It's obviously very much built for a console game, because none of the controls make any sense whatsoever. So, for example, you would think that you would be able to move the ship using your mouse, like in the other X games. Oh no. No, they put the like the pitch and yaw on the arrow keys. So, but they put roll either side on Q and E. So they want you to be playing it WASD side with one hand and the arrow keys on the other. Now, I haven't had to play a game like that for a very, very long time, because there was a point in the games industry when they suddenly realised PC gamers have this thing called a mouse, and it's an absolutely magical invention, and it's so precise, let's just start using it for everything. And they did. And so, never had to worry ever again. Right, where's that timed? Science ship. Yeah, that was quite a good thing actually, upgrading these two. Those things are just getting murdered now. I mean, they've done. Can't we research that project? They keep on popping up and just being murdered by these two. Well, more by this starport. A bit ridiculous, but hey. So that's doing those timed projects. That's doing the repairs. We're getting lots of little boosts from doing these debris things. Because theoretically, if you unlocked enough of those, it would probably just unlock the research, wouldn't it? I say theoretically because I'm not completely certain. But we do seem to be getting a lot of progress in things that we've got progress in before. Excellent. We'll see what we can do now. Okay, right. This is a rare technology. Ooh. And this isn't. This is just for standard. That's for your stations, the synchronized defences. I'm going to go for it. Might be quite useful to have. I mean, I've not really got the right snail for it, but you know, should research reasonably quickly. So yeah, just popping back to X Rebirth, you can kind of see exactly everywhere that they went wrong, especially when you go back to the originals. You know, having the vast array of ships, the modifications that you can put on them, the ability to own your own stations, all of that sort of thing. There's quite a lot in the original X3 series. And then you go over to X Rebirth and you realise everything that kind of went wrong with it, simply because they tried to put it onto a console and then forgot about PC, which is a bit of a shame. Hopefully, apparently they've got another one coming, and hopefully they are learning from their mistakes. So, you know, we'll see what happens there. And I did also find out where I was going wrong last night with Half-Life. Turns out I'd completely missed a ladder. I actually had to load up somebody else's walkthrough of the area, and then, yeah, then find the ladder. So we'll all be good to go next time we do Half-Life. That one's getting a little bit of a sort of a the stream is also getting a little bit of a makeover for the start of the stream as well. So I am experimenting a little bit with some more stuff. And if anybody knows of any sort of, you know, starting off with music is usually quite a good idea. Let's take Xeno Zoo. Xenos Zoo, yeah. So, yeah, I found that piece that Harry... what's it? He's a YouTuber anyway that did. Basically, it's a little bit more rocky than just sort of electronica. So if anybody knows of any sort of reasonably nice pieces of sort of more rocky, sort of electronica type of stuff that's out there on the internet, that's sort of just a, you know, free to use type of thing, then I would be interested in hearing about it, because otherwise I'm going to be going back to sort of OSTs and the like. So yeah, things are... Oh, and that's got an FTL inhibitor. So it's actually stopping people from warping out. Nice. And what I should be doing is surveying more areas. I can actually put this on an auto explore as well. But never mind about that. We are slowly researching rather useful stuff. It's all going to take a bit of time, unless I can recruit a... No. I was looking for maybe a researcher who, a snail that had worked out how to use a computer. But alas. And mandates. Also need to look at mandates. Ooh, let's do that one. Ooh. Oh, it's some kind of a research station. I do love it when you kind of get in. Oh, some kind of station. Oh, it's the Void Roamer's station. Ah, Right. Let's hit their pirate station. Let's attack it, murder it. So we can then survey the area and see what we can see, basically. Military power 86. If they don't win, then I will be surprised. So they do have a higher military power, not by much, but it should be enough, I would think. Maybe not. Yeah, retreat, retreat. Right, we need a bigger fleet. Ooh, I've got an unemployed population. Upgrade this one to the planetary administration. Let's also build a hydro. Let's build a monument. Going to be looking after the monument. These have got little. This is the alien pets that should allow me to build a the Xeno Zoo, I think. Let's also build the hydroponics, some more food. Search that. Okay. Energy siphon? Yeah, let's do that. Hopefully be able to wipe this one out this time. Oh, almost there. Ooh, strong room module. I need my that. Oh, and we get our. Let's do after. Let's do the nano composite armor because that's almost done. That's going to research that. We can send these guys back to Gore for repairs. We're going to the ship designer. I now have the destroyer. Here we go. Yes. So this is the interesting thing about the ship systems. So we have our destroyer here, which is this little thing. Currently it's got a gunship bow and an interceptor ship stern. Now we can give that maybe a gunship stern with maybe the artillery bow. And then we can do an autocomplete ship and it will just fill in all the bits for us. So we end up with a destroyer with a large mass driver and a medium mass driver on the back. However, I could also drop that down to an interceptor thing, and then I would end up with 2 small turrets on the back. I'm going to go for the gunship. Save that. Yep. And I want to do spaceport. Oh, goodness sake. Suddenly I'm getting spammed with messages. Let's do that one next. Oh, one of my scientists has died, unfortunately, so bring him in for the moment. And let's get him to research deflectors. Meanwhile, my ships should be around Goroth, but they're not. Oh, they're over there, okay. So I can add to that fleet. But as long as they are around, or nearish the spaceport. So, and that's what I'll do. I'll add some of those destroyers that we've just designed into the fleet. So the fleet will get bigger and just generally more powerful as time goes on. At least that's the plan. Actually, got quite a lot of energy credits and minerals and all that. And we could probably do with expanding a little bit more somewhere. My instinct is actually to build a frontier outpost there. On the basis that if I can get the frontier outpost, then it might stop these guys from just sort of pushing on my influence too much. But meanwhile, I do need to build some research stations up there. Ooh. They're declaring their rivalry against me. It's basically, we may end up going at war with one another. So it might be a good time to upgrade things a bit more. Dram is fully up. Done. I'm also going to build another construction ship. And also a colony ship. Its influence, yep, that's fine. Almost got some very, very nice things unlocked. Don't even know what that one does, but I'm sure I'll find out at some point. Production, yeah, that one gets us the planetary capital, and this one, afterburners would be an idea, because that would give a little bit more combat speed. Right, construction ship. Let's get the frontier outpost built down there. That one is do that one. The colony ship needs to go up. Colonize that planet and put it. Ooh, there's an awful lot of blockers here. Let's put it there for now. Meanwhile, our science ship, let's do some more science. I've got unemployed populations. Oh yeah, because A, we need to do a load of upgrades to this stuff. Basic science labs. So basically it's just matching up the little symbols that we see down here. Zoo, that's the one I want to do. Physics labs. That one's also done. So build that research. I think we're pretty much... Oh, we've lost another leader. Lost a scientist. I need to actually switch with that one. Yes. No. Yeah. I've lost a couple of scientists. Right, so we can do... Ooh, hold on. If I recruit that one... His expertise is in voidcraft. If I do that one, and then if I do... Yeah, something like that. And then I can assign him to there. Some of my snails have died, unfortunately. Actually really boost my research now. Oh Lord, I've eaten through my minerals. And my energy credits, actually. Okay. That construction ship, if I can go down there and build those mining stations, I might be able to get a little bit more out. Okay, I think I'm going to end this episode here. We've done a fair amount of expansion. So our snails have looked at the stars and have crawled out after the big tomato in the sky. So with that, I think I will say thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.